What's going on, disc golf fans? We are here at the Maine State Championships for 2025, presented by Brickyard Hollow Brewing Company and elevated by ThoughtSpace Athletics. Thanks for tuning in, and a big shout out to our Patreon supporters. As always, you got Derek and Chris on the mic. We are Gatekeeper Media. How you feeling, Chris?
I feel great. We are up in the Northeast, and it's starting to get chilly. It's the end of summer. It's hoodie weather, you know? I love it. We have Harry Chace, last year's winner, James Proctor, Matt Bell, Garrett Gurthie, round out this feature card. We're here at the Commander course. First time we're going to see this course on coverage, I believe.
Yeah, it's about a year old, so I'm kind of excited to see how these players attack it.
A lot of touring pros in the area with GMC just a week behind.
Yeah, here on the first, we got a 534-foot par 4 OB all along the sides, and we drift to the right to where we get to the green right here.
We're going to begin with our current reigning champion from East Greenwich, Rhode Island, Harry Chace. Thank you all. Thank you.
Yeah, Harry showed up last year. Really complete tournament from him. Just throwing the disc well. Both at the Bittersweet course and the Patriot, which we will see. So we're going to be seeing 3 different courses this event for 3 rounds. We're going to see a roller off the...
busting out the roller early.
And that was moving. Didn't hit anything. This is also the most open the course is, so enjoy the light while you have it, because we're about to go deep into these woods. Also, not a lot of OB because we're so deep in the woods. I appreciate that.
This one's kind of coming right for you, making good use of that turn a little bit.
Matt Bell. Every time I see him on our coverage, I think back to 2019 Delaware Challenge, first chase card win we ever got. Let's see how this weekend shakes up for him. This one basically went through my legs, so I think once I had to spin a couple times, I realized maybe I wasn't in the best spot.
And to be fair, like first time we're seeing this on the channel. It's really the first time that this is seeing the light of day in terms of the platform here.
I think we're going to see a third roller. So, I mean, if you have it in your game, it makes sense. Give yourself an eagle look if you can get through clean.
Splitting the tree.
Jeez. So we'll see where G ends up. Second shot here, as long as you're pretty close to the center cut fairway, it should be pretty textbook to get up and down for the birdie here.
Yeah, and to be honest, playing the roller does surprisingly take the OB kind of out of question, because you're hitting far enough up and the chances of it rolling over to the side out.
Like flipping over too early on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As long as the wind. So it was calm. It was a really beautiful day. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Bell's going to grab his first birdie. This was the 5th easiest hole on the day. So we saw about 50% of the field take birdie here.
Let us know if you did the roller as well.
I bet you this guy did. Mr. Colton Montgomery got the deuce. The only eagle on the day.
Nice.
Shout out him. So we're moving to hole 2. Another par 4, 612 feet. This one's all about going straight till you get to the bend. Then we have a slight dog leg to the left. If you can get to the bend, you have a pretty textbook second shot, maybe only 200 feet or so. It's a good landing zone. I think Harry found it. Yeah.
Super clean.
Mm.
And it's pretty thick over there.
Yeah. It's going to be scrambling from par.
Kind of making full use of that left side there. Forward progression, and then still kind of nestles up in the middle.
A little early release there from G. He's going to be on the left, and that's probably worst case. It's probably pretty tricky from here.
Yeah, not quite made it out of that left side just yet.
James getting good forward progress. Should be able to grasp at his par. G throws down a forehand roller.
Making up a lot of
Yeah.
distance.
Gets all the way to the path. So he's got a long putt for par.
All
Nice
right.
soft putter shot there from Harry. This is looking pretty tasty from Matt as well, yeah. Edge bullseye. And I think we're going to see our first bogey of the round here. It's James. That was a good par save after kicking pretty far right. Gets it in there. Not a lot of chains needed. So this is your third year coming up to Maine, I believe, right?
Yeah. Still has me coming back. I enjoy the weather this time of year. The golf is very interesting. The people are great.
Yeah, one of the best pay-to-play kind of regions of disc golf, I think.
Kind of the only one that can get away with it, really. Par 3 here on the third. 471 feet. Pretty much right down this path until we start veering off to the right down here. It being relatively new, still a lot of things in the rough. They did a really great job so far, but I think it just needs foot traffic, you know.
Harry's going to turn over a little bit there. This one, you need a full mash of 471.
Mm-hmm. Pretty narrow corridor as well.
And, yeah, just kind of getting caught up there. Matt gets about halfway down.
Ooh.
Yeah, this seems like the type of course where if your putter's on, because you get a lot of like long looks for either eagle or birdie here, I think you could really put up a solid round here. But you just got to have that circle 2 putt on.
Mm-hmm.
As G throws a really nice flex
dime.
forehand. Look
Yeah.
at that. Tap in par. Looks like pretty stress-free par here as well. Maybe a little bit. It's about 20, 25 feet. James able to save his par. As Derek, this was the hardest hole on the course. No empty nester, though. We saw one birdie. Mr. Andrew Marweed, It's the only birdie on the day.
Wow.
I wonder if he made a circle 2 putt or if he got all the way down there. Or
Forehand, maybe?
maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe and then made a circle 2 putt. Let us know, Andrew, if you're listening. All right, doesn't get much easier. We're gonna move into hole 4. Hole par 3, 423 feet. Tight corridor here. Basket tucked in on the left side now.
Did that kiss the tree there a little?
I don't think so.
No, it does get stopped up right there in that berm.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of traditionally what you're gonna see here. Unless you get a nice flip up and really try to push it if you want to get pin high. But then you have the risk of catching those trees on the right. Good flip up there from James.
Yeah, and then just gets stopped up.
It kind of catches a tree and I think ends up out in the field there. This is a pretty tricky approach as well.
Yeah, with the incline there on the green,
Mm-hmm.
a shot like that could lead to some rough things.
It's good execution there from Matt. So 3 of the guys now all inside the bullseye. And G's got pretty tight window there. Man, it's gonna drop down the circle's edge. Is like I mentioned, second hardest hole. This one only saw 1 birdie as well. Shout out Miles Sayer. The only deuce. Actually came in 0.68 over par.
0.68 over par.
Mm-hmm. So average 3.68 in terms of strokes.
It's a good par save here for G. All right, here on the 5th, par 4, 603, slightly downhill. Not the most open, as we've seen. And then as we get closer to the green, it starts to veer off to the right.
Yeah, I really like this hole. This one sets up for the first shot being a good placement shot. So Harry's going to execute that. You just want to hit right to where the path is. Drone kind of went a little more straight. It's kind of more an aggressive route, I would say, that we're seeing Matt take here. He's going to get caught up.
James going lofty, touchy shot. Perfect landing zone. I think G doing the same with a mid. Just letting it-
Making minis over there.
Yeah, I like that play. Just kind of like a little touchy shot.
Matt needs to go big hyzer, and that's going to be a little short. Probably maybe outside circle, I would say. Pretty close. I don't know how that didn't hit the tree. That was crazy. Wow. Two or two down there in the rocks. Let's see if Harry can get us. Everyone going like really far right, it seems. Harry pushes through, gets inside the circle.
Oh, just a little short.
Matt Bell. Getting the first rewind of the day.
Good inch or two above the cage. Really solid hit.
That's a good one. 3 down through 5 now. Good birdie there for Harry. This one was 0.15 under par, so played a little easier for the guys. So we're going to move into hole 6. Another par 4, 645. This one's pretty tricky. A lot of trees between you and the basket. A lot of ways to get down there, though. A couple different lines you can take.
A little low, but playing the ground up a good bit still.
Yeah, you really want to get right on this first shot. Yeah, that should be just fine there for Matt. Kind of makes the second shot straight.
This one looks a little more centered up.
Gee, popping out another forehand. Oh.
Just a tad bit offline so far here, a third of the way through.
Okay, that works. Just kind of hovered over the ground there. Gets past the basket, actually.
All right, that's an approach.
Yeah, fantastic shot. So it does look if you go too far right, you just have to hit a gap on your approach here. A little tighter gap. As opposed to the angle you're at with the cameras. That went through those trees?
It's like a lateral to that double one, I think. Roller to fight through, jumps up, keeps fighting upward.
He's willing that thing into circle 2.
And on the good side of that tree as well.
I mean, all right. If he's starting to make these putts, you got to watch out.
It was also almost so far that I was like, I couldn't tell if it went in or not. Because really solid there from downtown.
Yeah, Matt Bill.
Puts himself preheating the oven now, too.
This is big for G.
It's a good make there, too.
Yeah. Nice birdie. So this was played as 4.40. So almost half a stroke over par. Pretty tricky as the 5th hardest.
All right, here on the 7th, par 4, 552. Another corridor shot that takes use of this running trail here until we get about 3/4 of the way through and we start to veer off into the woods again. Something to consider, though, is that because of these trails and things, which is actively used in certain seasons for running competitions and things like that, but like on either side of them, they kind of have those like little ditches, like drainage areas. So it's like it adds a lot. If you're not landing in a specific spot, it could really affect your run up from there.
Yeah, I never really thought about
like that.
It's a good example.
I mean, another way to look at it is it's a good way to like at least ensure where you filter as well.
Like
but
that.
we got 2 for 2. So I don't necessarily think it's like a good or a bad thing. I think it's a thing to consider.
Harry hit first available. Or if it wasn't that, it was shortly after. There's a lot of trees, you know. It's hard to know if you're hitting the first or the second. Because this is not good. And then he kicks over to the left, and this is not.
Oh,
this
boy.
is even worse.
It's really jailed off. Hard to tell. Oh, wow.
Coming in.
Yeah, really pushing it to ensure. That's kind of like a do or die.
It was one of those moments where you're throwing it as hard as you can just to get through.
Out. Yeah, exactly. No matter. So it's like, I don't care if I hit something. I'm going to hit it hard enough to keep going.
That was going to hit me at first. No offense to the juniors and the AMs, but when you're catch can with these guys, you got to be careful. Matt almost making that. Jeez. This is a tricky putt, too, for Harry. This is not an easy one with that tree there and the little branch. Is that a triple? No, double.
Kind of fighting through the woods the whole time.
Yeah, that's
rough.
Yeah. That type of
it takes
put some hair on your chest.
It takes a lot to like keep your composure when you just kind of catch a break after bad break after bad break, knowing that each shot's just a touch off kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. That's the sport and why we love it. Hole 8, par 4, another one, 648. I like this one though. There's a lot of different gaps you can take. The drone went the right side. I think we're going to see people take the left side. And then it's really where you land the second shot. You got to get creative. That's the type of course. You have your first shot with a landing zone, and then your second shot is reactionary to where you landed, really. Little shove out into the center cut fairway there.
I also want to shout out Pineland Farms because I think their crew is the ones that are clearing out this course. And this is a really good example of the type of work that they're doing. I'd imagine this was much thicker.
Yes. You can
like
see them
where all the undulation in there, and then they chip it on site so it kind of already starts to feed the fairway. I like the spacing that they provided so that they didn't take too much away but left a lot of different variations where it's spread out just enough where you can find a small line kind of anywhere. And then I think as it develops, you probably find the natural line as people play it.
Now G working his way down the fairway.
Man, them big Sky forehand rollers are really touchy for him and working today.
Man, Matt really had a good pull on that one. He's going to catch a tree late in its flight. That is a tricky shot there from Harry. And he gets caught up as well. Proctor was in the best spot, and he's going to get caught up as well. So no one making it to the green on their second. Just takes G one more, and that's an easy par for him.
It's a great shot. Really committed to that line.
Yeah, that second shot and then third shot, that's how you save your pars. Matt's going to do just that as well. A little shorter. See if Harry's the last one who could put it close. And I think he did. So this was the 4th hardest hole. Came in half a stroke over par. Played 4.5. We saw 3 birdies on the day. Paul Kranz, Noah Meitzma, and Andrew Marweed.
Okay.
Which I know Paul and Andrew were in front of us, so 2 people on the same car grabbing the birdie.
That really elevates things.
Yeah. I was going to say I really like this hole. I mean, I do like this hole. I was going to say it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite, but I think hole 9, it's an early course, but I think it's going to get that patented iconic hole.
Well, I'll let you talk about it then. if you're over here saying it's your favorite, then by all means, I would love to hear from you about this one.
Yeah, you just close your eyes and roll down this rock hill. No, this really shows the elevation of the course. Drones going around like the outside, most discs are going to kind of land down in that ditch. If you can get past it back over to the roadside, you're staring right at the basket. But this is just so much downhill.
I would say the ideal landing zone is on that path where it makes that plateau before it really goes down. And if you push it just far enough, there's a really good line that shows how much of a dog leg this actually is. G's is pretty good. He's going to go. That should be wide open.
Yeah,
you can kind of see the route behind where it is.
Yeah, I like the left side gap here where you just throw it right into the path, really.
Yeah, worst case scenario, if you miss your landing zone, you just filter down into that. I think that might be a little pinched where Matt is, if I remember correctly.
But yeah, who doesn't like throwing downhill?
Harry going wide and kind of hoping to kind of crash through everything, it looked like. I've really fought up there, I think.
It's basically straight for Harry from here, but you just got to get it down there. Still has a chance to save his par, though.
G's kind of got the best drive out of everybody position-wise, I think.
Yeah, you just throw a straight shot.
Yeah, look at that.
That fade a little, and then you're going to be right inside the circle.
Yeah, see, Matt went a little too far. Luckily, he's got a really nice turnover shot, but that does pinch things off a tad bit more, requiring that type of shot, but he does it so beautifully. It's probably one of my favorite shots, actually.
Yeah, I had to throw a replay on that one. It was really nice.
The physics of flight, man.
Talk about pinched, even more pinched. But
Yeah, another really good turnover shot. Lands nice and flat, scoots up.
Must be that disc they're throwing. Probably practice, but that's a good birdie there for Garrett. Starting to finally kind of get under par. Matt Bell, though, 5 down through 9. Pretty challenging track
The
here.
front 9 plays harder, for sure.
James, bogey-free as well. Harry just had the one blow up. Garrett's kind of been fighting with par on some holes, a couple bogeys.
Still under par, though, so plenty more golf to play.
Yeah, hanging out top 10. So we're going to take a look at some of the other scores. I'm going to finish this up here.
Yeah, really excited to see how the back end of this track plays off with all of these players. Really thank you for watching. If you'd like to consider supporting these videos, head on over to patreon.com/gatekeepermedia.